Guess I should have started my video. Sorry, ladies. There I am. Okay, so let's see here. There we go. Good morning, everybody. I'm Jackie Green from the Chatham County Council on Aging. Glad you're all here with me today. So we are here for arthritis class. Remember, only do what the doctor tells you should do. We don't ever go to the point of pain. Why don't we get up and move around and start getting our blood flowing a little bit more. Make sure that you strike heel toe as you do. We're just going to walk around, and I'll do the education portion of it while we're walking, so that we're getting movement in while we're learning. So what are the 3 types of exercise that people with arthritis should do? Cardio, yep. So we want to do something that increases our endurance. Yep. What else do we do? Yep, we want to do stretching, which increases our range of motion, right? And what's the last one that we do? Strengthening, that's right. So we want to get stronger so that our muscles can support our joints, so that our joints don't have to take all the pressure, right? And we want to maintain our independence, right? So, oops, I got this thing dangling down in front of my head again. Somebody told me the other day that I was talking to them and it was driving them nuts because I had my mask dangler in front of my head. And they said, all I could see was your thing on top of your head. And I couldn't concentrate on what you were saying because the thing on your head was taking my attention. So range of motion, what are some examples of the range of motion exercises that we do? That's right. We open and close our hands, right? That's a range of motion, right? Because we're taking our fingers from a closed position to an open position. And I don't know about you, but the older I'm getting, the more stiff my hands get, right? And I got to move them. Or if I use them to do something, I notice that they're sore. And once I get them moving again, the range of motion, what we find when we move them, we get the fluid in our joints to lubricate them so that they move better. What's an example of some of the strengthening exercises we do? With the bands, we can either do like a bow and arrow stretch, or we can do a bicep curl with our bands. We might put them around our chair and we pull against them when we do abdominal work, right? You can even do isometric strength exercises, which is just on your abdomen. It's just pulling your belly towards your spine and holding, which is making those abdominal muscles have to engage. And what about endurance exercises? Why do we do endurance exercises? Get your heart rate up, right? We want our hearts to work better, right? We want them to increase the blood flow to all the rest of our body. I think one of the best things that we do that for is for our brain health. So when we work on our endurance, how does that help our body besides increasing the blood flow? Does anybody notice that it helps them sleep better?
No.
No, somebody said no. Anne said yes. Marilyn said no. Go figure.
I said no, but because I don't have trouble sleeping.
Oh, she said she doesn't have trouble sleeping.
I don't.
I wish I was you.
Oh, no.
I won't tell you what I do. Well, we'll tell you what I do at night. This is an old crutch I've used for years. And when I can't sleep at night, like I was laying in bed last night, I went to bed about 10:15, 11:30. I still wasn't asleep. So I get up, I walk out to the living room. My husband is out there and I say, guess what? He goes, let me guess. It's time for a bowl of cereal. Yep. I have a bowl of cereal and I go to bed and I sleep like a baby. It's just one of those crutches. I used it all through pregnancy. I would wake up and I'd be hungry. I'd be awake at 2 a.m. I'd have a bowl of Cheerios and I go back to bed. So Not the best thing for your diet, but you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
That's funny.
It is funny, isn't it?
Yes.
So the endurance help us control our weight, and think about what happens if we can lose a couple of pounds. How much you're there, Marilou! Yay! You did it, girl.
I got it. I got it up. I don't know how long it's going to hang in there, but we'll get started.
Good. Well, we threatened it when you got the phone number. See that? So controlling our weight, I think the number is when you lose a pound of weight, you take like 3 pounds of weight off your knees and your hips. So think about what a big difference that makes. And the other thing that exercise does is it helps you have more regular bowel movements, which can also be a really good thing, right? So let's go ahead and let's get started with our range of motion. Let's do our joint check warm up. We're going to do this standing today. And what we're going to do is we're just going to stand, and you can stand behind your chair if you want, if balance is an issue. And we're just going to do a side bend. Let me point this down a little bit. It's always a challenge when I get this set up. It all depends on how far away from it I am and how far up I put it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take our shoulders and we're going to fold at the waist. Okay, we're going to fold at the waist and just kind of drop a shoulder, lift the other shoulder, and then go the other way. Drop a shoulder, lift a shoulder. Okay, and just go to each side another couple of times and just get some mobility in that spine. Does that feel good?
Yeah.
To me, that feels really good. Now, am I trying to be a pretzel and I'm trying to see how far down I go? No, I'm just going to go down to get a little bit of a stretch each way. Okay. And the next one we're going to do is let's do the shoulder shrug, and let's just shrug our shoulders up. We'll be drama queens, and we're going to go, and then you fog up your glasses. One more time. All right. And now we're going to do a hamstring stretch. So let's take and let's stand next to our chair. Okay. So we'll stand next to our chair and let's bring the outside leg forward. Okay. And can you bend the inside leg a little bit and stick this hip back as far as you can? Can you feel that stretch all down the back of that leg? Okay, don't go any farther than you don't want to feel pain. But I would like you to feel the stretch up the back of the straight leg and around the hip of the leg you're more standing on, the one closest to the chair. Okay, and try to have a little bit of an arch to your back, just so you're not curling your back. Okay, so it's just try to help keep your back straight. And come on back up, and let's go to the other side. Other side of the chair. Okay, you're going to stand on the leg next to the chair, bring the other leg forward, put the heel on the floor. Try to keep the toe up straight, okay? Because if I let the toe go in or out, it affects which muscles in the back of the leg I'm stretching. So I really want to do the ones right in the back of the leg. So I got that leg straight. I'm going to hinge at the hips. I'm going to push that back hip back and bend that back knee a little bit. And pull the toe up, and you want to feel a stretch up the back of this leg. And breathe. Ooh, that feels good. All right. And come on back up. Now let's sit for a minute. Okay. Come on over and have a seat. Because I like to do this next one sitting. They have you do it standing, but I prefer it sitting because I think we get better control when we do. So we're going to sit out toward the front of our chair. And this is going to keep our tushy and our knees pointed straight ahead. Okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to turn our shoulders to one side. You can put your hands on your waist if you want, or you just leave them on your thighs. And then you're going to turn to the other side. So you're trying to rotate those shoulders as far around as you can. Okay. Keep going from side to side. Hold it for a second or so and then go back. Then go the other way, hold it a second or so, and go back. And again. All right. And now we're going to do a toe bend and lift. So just curl your toes and lift them, curl them and lift them, curl them and lift them. And now we're going to do the sidewards arm reach, and we're going to do this with our breath. So we're going to bring our arms up and out to the side and inhale. Just go up as far as you can and then exhale. Let's do that 4 times. Inhale. See if you can go to get those arms up a little bit higher each time, and exhale. Inhale. Good way to exhale is to count 3. Inhale. And 4. All right. And now we're going to take and we're going to do the hug. So bring your arms out, wrap them around in a hug, bring your arms around as far as you can, and exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now pause there a minute and see how far around your elbows go, right? And what we want to try to do is to get as much crossing as we can and try to see if you can get your elbows to overlap. If you can't, that's fine, but that's kind of where we're headed. Again, that's to increase our range of motion. All right, so now we can start our regular exercises. So that was our joint check warm up. And what we're going to do is we're going to do our chin tuck. Remember that the reason we're doing the chin tuck is to strengthen the muscles in the back of the neck so that we can pull our head back so our ears are over our shoulders, okay? So if you want to, go ahead and you can put your finger on your thumb on your breastplate, your index finger on your chin, the hand stays in place, and then you just pull your chin back away from your index finger and then relax. So we're going to bring it back, hold it. Let's go. Let's do this 6 or 7 times. We'll go 2 and relax. Feel those muscles in the back of the neck working. 3 and relax. 4 and relax. And 5 and relax. And 6. Is Rick with us today, Val?
He's
And
supposed to
relax.
be here, but he had to go to the store for a moment. He should be here shortly.
Okay. 7, last one. And relax. Oh, I know it's wrong. I didn't change my view, so I can't see everybody. Let's do that. There we go. Now I can see you all. All right, that's better. All right. The next one we're going to do is let's do our backward shoulder circles. So just rotate your shoulders back, start little circles and then get bigger and bigger. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and last one, 7. All right, now we're going to do, sorry, my nose is itchy, shoulder blade pinch. So we're going to bring our arms up to goalpost. We're going to try to keep our elbows at a 90 degrees from our body. And we're going to pull our elbows back. So we're squeezing our shoulder blades together. And we're going to exhale and bring them forward. 1, bring them back, squeeze, exhale. 2, 3, 4. Again, this is helping your back, your upper back, be able to hold your head back up better.
5.
5. Oh, here we go. Is this 5?
This is 6.
6. Okay, one more. And 7.
7.
Bring the arms down and let's shrug the shoulders and kind of roll them back all at the same time. Shrug and roll. All right. So now let's do a shoulder rotator stretch. And what I want you to do this time is to bring one arm up this way and one arm up from the bottom. Okay. And breathe. And you're trying to bring the bottom one up as far as you can and the top one down as far as you can. And let's unwind and go the other way. One up from the bottom, one up, one down from the top. 2, and unwind. Back the first way. 3, oh, I can feel that in my shoulders. And unwind. 4.
4,
Let's do one more each way. 5.
okay.
And unwind. And the last one. 6. And unwind. Just kind of roll them around. Give them a break. All right. And now we're going to do, I'd like everybody to either go to a post or a wall. Okay. And we're going to do the wall arch. So we're going to take and we're going to walk our arm up the wall. Okay. So kind of stand with your side to the wall, and you're going to walk your hand up as far as you can. Think tall and come on back down. And walk up. 2, really feel that stretch. And 3, and down. And 4, hold it, and down. Let's do 2 more. 5, and down. This is really good for getting shoulder and elbow extension and spine extension. Okay, we're going to turn and do the other side. Okay. I just go to the other wall. Look at that. Walk up. 1, and walk down. And up. 2, and down. Wow, it's really windy out. And 3, and down. And 4, and down. 2 more. And 5, and down, and 1 more. And 6, and down. Let me show you another one while we're thinking about it, while I'm thinking about it. This is a really good one for the front of the shoulders. A really good one is to go into the corner, okay? Or you can do it in a doorway, and you put your arms into goalpost, okay? And then you lean with your torso toward the corner. And you'll really feel a nice stretch all through the front of your shoulders and through the front of your chest. So that's a really good one to do too. All right. So now let's do our scissors. So we're going to crisscross at the bottom if we can, and bring them up and crisscross at the top. Crisscross at the bottom. 2, crisscross at the top. 3, 4, keep going. I'm going to talk to this person. 5, and 1 more, and 6.
6.
Hello. Oh. I hate to get in the way of people that have to work here, so I wanted to see if I could catch them. All right. So now the next one is going to be our elbow bend. So you're just going to start with your arms down. And we're going to do 5 coming up, just up with your palms towards your shoulders. So do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 1 more. 6. And now let's change it up and now do palms out both places. Palms up, palms out. Palms down and out, and up and out. 3. Hi, Rick. 4. 5, last one, 6. All right. So now we're going to do diagonal arm reach. So let's take our arms out here and bring it up and over and down. Other arm, up and over. So my palms are facing forward. When it's up, it's pointing back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can you feel? I feel that in my shoulders. 10, one more each side. 11 and 12. And now we're going to change it up. Now we're going to start crisscross and bring it up and out. 1. Let's do the same side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, other side. To the weight, to the hip, up and out. 1, try to keep those arms straight. 2, again, we really want to get a straight line of that elbow if we can. 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. Now it's time to grab our bands. So go ahead and get your bands. And we're going to use these for a couple of things here. All right, so we're going to take, first of all, and we're going to do our bow and arrow. So put the band across where you're between your thumb and your index finger. You're going to bring this arm up, ideally, so the elbow is up even with the shoulder, and you're going to pull the arm back. So then the hand is in front of the shoulder. Okay, relax and pull. Count with me. 3, this is a strengthener. 4, 5, try to get the elbow up high if you can, unless it's painful. 6, other side. Oh, my nose itches, sorry. Okay, other arm out. 1, you'll notice one arm is better than the other. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so now we're going to do a shoulder rotator stretch. Okay, you guys need to take a break, or are you doing okay?
Okay.
Okay, okay. Because what I'm trying to do is to go from one to another so it increases your endurance, okay? So palms up, elbows anchored to the side, and the upper arm is anchored to the side. Our palms are up, and what we're going to do is we're going to keep our elbows in, and we're going to pull our hands apart. 1, 2, 3. Try to keep the palms up. 4, 5, one more, and 6. All right. Oh my gosh, my nose itches. I was telling him I washed my mask over the weekend, and I think I got fuzzies on the inside of my mask, and it keeps tickling my nose. All right. So now let's stand next to our chair. We're going to hold on to our band a minute because we're going to go back to using it in just a second. Okay. And we're just going to do a knee bend and straightener. So essentially, we're just going to bend the knee and straighten it. I like to do this like I'm kicking sand. 3, 4, get as much range of motion in your knee as you can. 5, 6, let's switch the other foot. 1, anybody else's knees tight but mine? 3, 4, 5, last one, 6. All right, we're going to sit down, and now we're going to use the band to do a knee strengthener. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these bands and we're going to put them down around the front of our ankles, crisscross them behind. Oh, let me turn this down so you can actually see what I'm doing. Again, I need a cameraman. Cameraman, a sound man. All right, so bands across the front of the shins, the front of the ankles, I should say, crisscross behind. And my mask is in the way, I can't see anything. Bands out to the side. I do it nice and snug. I wrap it back around the front of my shins. And then I come on up and hold it between my knees. Sorry, this thing is all wacky doodle this morning. Here we go. All right. So now we're going to sit tall and proud with the bands holding our feet together. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep our knees even here across the front and knees even across the top, so that when I kick, I'm trying to make sure that I'm not lifting this knee. Okay. And I'm trying not to push the knee forward or back. I'm trying to keep it even. Okay. That's making sure, that's requiring me to use my torso strength. Okay. So I'm going to bend this knee a little bit underneath my chair, and then I'm going to kick it out front, and I'm going to try to keep those knees even the whole time. Pull and kick for 2. Pull 3. Pull 4. I find these really hard. Pull 5. Pull and 6. Okay, let's do the other side. Kick and pull. 2. Pull. Again, keep your knees even. 3. Pull. 4. Pull. 5. Pull. Last one. 6. And pull. Whew. Undo your bands. Okay. Just put the bands across your lap a moment. Okay. We're going to take our legs apart and we're going to stretch our inner thighs. So you can either put your hands in the inside of your thighs and push it out. If you need a little bit more help pressing out to feel the stretch on the inner thighs, you can bend over and put your elbows inside your thighs if you want, inside your knees. Either way, you're pushing against those legs so that you're stretching your inner thighs. Okay. And you want to make sure that you're breathing. Okay. So breathe. Hold and then exhale. And breathe. 2. Inhale for 3. 1 more. And 4. Exhale. And come on up. All right. And now we're going to go back to using the band again. We're going to take the band and we're going to put them across the top of our, just above our knees. We're going to crisscross it behind the knees. And then just bring it up and hold the ends. Okay. So now we're going to sit, we're going to use those muscles that we strengthened earlier by pulling our chin back, so our ears are over our shoulders are over our hips. And then we're going to pretend we're a clam shell. Okay. And we're going to strengthen the outside and the inside of the thighs by taking both knees apart and then slowly bringing it back in. 2, and slowly in. 3. 4. 5. 6. Let's do 1 more. 7. All right. Undo the band a minute. Okay, just leave it on your hips. And we're just going to march. We're going to raise a leg and tighten the quadricep. Other leg, raise and tighten. So I'm squeezing my cheek when I'm tightening. 3, 4, squeeze, lift, squeeze,
5,
lift, squeeze, 6. Let's go another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, we're going to wait for just a moment before we do the same march with our band. So let's do our toes. So let's do curl with our toes and lift our toes. Curl and lift. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now let's go back to putting our bands back on above our knees. So put it across the top of your knees, crisscross behind, and hold the bottom of the bands up and sit tall and proud. Okay, now we're going to push against the band as we march. Okay, so now as you try to keep your shoulders even, right? So I could march by doing this, but I don't want to do that because I want to make my core get stronger, and I'm going to do that by keeping my shoulders level and just lift a knee and squeeze my glute. Alternate legs, lift and squeeze. 3, squeeze. 4, squeeze. So you're working the muscles, developing muscles in the top of the thighs. 6, squeeze. Again, another 6. 1, squeeze. 2, squeeze. 3, squeeze. 4, squeeze. 5, squeeze. Last one, 6, and squeeze. Let's take the bands off. Okay. And we can put those on the back of our chairs now. And now we're going to take and sit tall and proud and bring our left foot out in front of us. Okay. And we're going to do ankle circles. And the way we're going to do ankle circles is we're going to tighten our belly. We're going to tuck our tailbone. Then we're going to lift that foot and we'll do circles. So do 6 one direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you go the other way now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Put that foot down. Can you feel that in that thigh? Right? That thigh had to really work to hold that up. Okay, give it some love. Make sure it knows you appreciate it. Okay, I like to use my knuckles to do that with. Switch the other foot. The other thing you can do is you can put your foot down in between if you want. So you could do 6 circles one way, and then we'll put it down, rest it, 6 circles the other way. Or you could do 3, and then 3, and then 3, and then 3. So do it as you want. I'm going to do 6 and then 6. So I'm going to tighten my belly. I'm going to tuck my tailbone. I'm going to lift my foot. Then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm musical, aren't I? Can you hear my ankles and my feet cracking? That's the foot that I broke 3 bones in the foot by dropping an upright piano on it.
Oh.
I don't recommend that, in case you're wondering. Okay. All right. So now we're going to stand up and we're going to be working on some balance and some strengthening on this. So stand next to your chair or behind your chair. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to be working on our calf strength and the strength of the muscles next to our shins. So hang on to the chair and we're going to go up onto our toes and then rock back onto your heels. Up to your toes and heels. Now, when you go up on your toes, push on your big toes so that you keep your ankles from splaying out. So push through your big toes, down and back on your heels. 4, push through those big toes. 5, 1 more. 6. Now let me show you something. I'm going to show you something from the side that I had to learn. I had to learn how to do this, and it's a minute thing, but I was amazed when I found out just what a difference it makes. So if you're rolling up onto your toes, sometimes you roll up, and as you're doing it, you want your body ends up going forward. Okay. So what I try to do is when I'm doing that, I think tall instead of forward. So as I'm lifting my heels, I'm trying to lift myself tall versus push myself forward. And to me, that makes a big difference because especially if you do that with your feet in different orientations to make the muscles in your legs, the different muscles in your legs stronger, especially if you do it with your toes pointed in and you press up. So everybody put your toes so your toes are pointed in like you're duck-footed. No, pigeon-toed. Okay, so get yourself pigeon-toed a minute. And once you're pigeon-toed, just lift your heels off the floor and see what your body's instinct is. Hold on to the chair. My instinct when I do that is to go really, really forward, right? Kind of like I'm lifting and I'm ready to do a face plant. So what I do when I'm thinking about that is I think go up instead of going forward. And I push through my big toes, and it makes a huge difference in me being able to maintain my weight balance and my balance in general. I'm not pushing myself forward because I would always go forward on that. So not a big deal, but it's just still one of those things that I think is helpful to know. All right, so now we're going to do a calf stretch. And the calf stretch, I'm going to do it to the side so you can see me. But what you're going to do is you're going to stand behind your chair, okay? And you're going to bring one foot back, okay? You're going to look at that back foot and make sure that back foot, that the heel is not turned in, okay? So I want the heel going straight back in line with the other foot. I'm going to bend the front knee and I'm going to press that back heel to the floor. And when I do that, I should be feeling a nice stretch in the back of my calf. Okay, do you feel that? If you don't, you can go a little bit farther apart, but still push those back heels to the floor. And we're going to breathe. Okay, but you really want that back heel on the floor. Okay, we're breathing. Just straighten that big leg and the front leg and relax and bend it again. Press that back heel to the floor. And relax and bend. Push that back heel to the floor and relax. One more time and bend. Push that back heel to the floor. Okay, bring that back foot forward and we're going to bring the other foot back. Okay, so now bring the other foot back. Make sure the heel goes straight back. Oh, I feel this one much more than the other side. Okay, push that back heel to the floor and breathe. And bend and relax. And straighten. Push that back heel to the floor. And relax. And push that back heel to the floor. Oh man, that feels good. It's amazing how different legs are different. Ha ha ha. But really, your body is straighten that front leg a minute and relax. And then bend that front leg. It's amazing how our body is an accumulation of everything we've done all of our life, and you'll notice difference in strength and in tightness and all that kind of stuff. And relax. Okay, we're going to stand behind our chairs now with our feet shoulder width apart. And I'm going to put the chair out to the side so you can see me a little better. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do mini squats. So we want our feet shoulder width apart. And when we bend our knees to squat down, we want to stick our butt out backwards like we're getting ready to sit into a chair. But you can hang on to the chair like this. And when you go down, just stick your butt out back. Okay, and push up and squeeze those glutes together. Squeeze the cheeks of your butt together. And down. And 2. I'm just going to bring this out to the side. Down. Keep the knee behind the toes. Squeeze. What number are we on? I think we're on 4. 4. Squeeze. 5. That's great. Doing it without holding on. I love it, man. 5. And last one. 6. Now, one way that you can progress on those, if you want to work on this when you're home, is you can work on trying to cross your arms across your chest and then go down and touch your tushy to the chair and then come back up. 1. Okay, can you do that? Down. 2. Nicely done, folks. 3. One of the physical fitness testings, the age testing that we can do, sees how many of these you can do in 30 seconds. And it helps determine how you compare to other people in your gender and your age bracket. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do a quad set. Where's your quad? Your quad's the front of your thighs, right? It's your quadriceps, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a quad set, which is a tightening of these muscles. And the way they want us to do this is to stand next to your chair. And what you're going to do is you're going to lift your toes. And when you lift your toes, you should feel your quadriceps tighten. So lift your toes, feel them tighten. And relax. And lift. And relax. 3. And relax. And the last one, 4. And relax. So we've worked the front of the legs, we've worked the back of the legs and the buttocks, okay? Now we're gonna work the side of the leg. So we're gonna stand next to our chair, okay? We're gonna stand tall and proud. We're gonna do a weight transfer to put the weight on the leg next to the chair. But we don't wanna kick this hip out. We wanna keep this hip nice and straight, okay? And then we're gonna put our hand on our leg so we can feel when this muscle that runs down the side of our leg activates, which means it tightens, okay? So just take and push in a little bit and then lift that leg out to the side and see when you feel that leg tighten and down. So I'm not trying to bring my leg up way up here. I'm just trying to lift it until I feel it tighten. 3, and relax. 4. And relax. You're doing much better, Lee. 5. And relax. And 6. And relax. Can you feel that muscle getting stronger as you do that? Go to the other side of your chair. Do the other side, same thing. This time we're going to weight transfer again to the leg that's next to the chair. Try to keep this hip in, right? And raise and lower. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Now let's go back over to the first side and I'll show you one way you can modify that a little bit. Okay. So when we're lifting it out to the side, we're building this muscle here. Okay. The other thing you can do is when you bring your leg down, you can squeeze your legs together and work on the muscles on the inside of the thighs. And the way you do that is, again, you stand tall and proud. Keep your shoulders over your hips at all times. Keep your ears over your shoulders. Okay. I'm going to lift and then I'm going to crisscross and I'm going to squeeze and lift and squeeze. 3. And squeeze. 4, can you feel that working? And squeeze. 5, and squeeze. Let's go to the other side of the chair, do the other side. Okay. Here we go. Again, weight transfer to the leg next to the chair. Lift and squeeze. 2. Squeeze. 3. Squeeze. 4. Squeeze. 5. And squeeze. This is one of those exercises that people look at you and think, you're not doing much of anything, but when you're the one doing it, you can feel it working, okay? All right, let's march. Just march next to our chair a moment. And let me see what the next thing is. Next thing we're gonna do is some balance work. Put my glasses on so I can read it. All right. So what we're gonna do next is we are gonna do the tandem stand. So I want you to take and stand next to your chair. Bring one foot in front of the other foot if you can, with the toe of the one foot touching the heel of the other foot. Hang on to the chair as much as you need to. Pick your visual focus. So take and look just above the horizon. Keep your eyes fixed at that point. and see if you can lift your fingers maybe away from the chair a little bit. Okay, and we're going to hold. See what you can do. Just see what you can do, best you can do. Okay. Keep holding. Try to maybe just go to fingertips on the chair, hover over the chair maybe. All right, let's switch to the other side of the chair. Let's do the other foot forward. So whatever foot was in the back before becomes the front foot, vice versa. Okay. Again, chin or hand hovering over the chair, eyes picking your focal point just above the horizon. And hold when you're ready. Notice whether one side is easier or harder than the other. See if you can put equal weight on both feet. See if that makes a difference. Versus all the weight on the back foot. And we've gone almost 30 seconds. And release. All right. So we're going to do 5 minutes of endurance today. Do you want to do brain dance? Or do you want to play some sports? What would you like to do? Play sports. Okay.
Yeah, we haven't done that.
So we're going to play some sports. All right. So we've got we're in the middle of senior games. Okay. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do some swimming. So let's just do some freestyle swimming. How many of you swam when you were younger? Did you? Did you like to go swimming or did you just like to hang out in the water? Okay. All right. Woo. Losing my headset here. I whacked myself. All right. My dad always told me if you're out swimming, he was a Navy man. He said, if you're tired of swimming like this, just roll over on your back and do some backstroke. This is much easier to keep your face out of the water and it gives you a chance to recover. Okay. This is really good for range of motion in the shoulders as well. Okay. All right. Now, can you imagine being in the water and you're looking up in the sky and maybe you're seeing this clouds above your head? Maybe you see a bird flying over. Okay. All right. Then we've had enough of this one, right? And one of the other strokes that I remember my father trying to teach me was the breaststroke and bringing our hands out, the back of your hands together and pull that water back. This is really good for stretching the front of the shoulders. Okay. Bring those arms back as far as you can. Can you feel your heart rate going up as you're doing this?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. And the last stroke we're going to do is we're going to do the butterfly. We're only going to do the arm part of the butterfly. So you're going to bring your arms down and you're going to bring them up and over your head. And then you're coming back down. Up and over your head. And when I do this, I like to kind of arch my back and kind of get a cat in there as well. Okay. So I guess I have a butterfly cat. Never thought about that before. All right. Who can feel their shoulders now? Let's roll those shoulders back a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Let's roll the left and roll the right. Okay. Just kind of shake out your hands. Let's open and close them. Okay. What other sports do you want to do? Let's do some bow and arrow. Let's pull that arrow back and let it go. Do that a couple of times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, we're going to put the other foot forward and we're going to pull back on the other side like we know what we're doing. Like we could be ambidextrous. 2, 3. You started with the hard arm first. 4. If you were right-handed. Okay. So the next one we're going to do is we're going to play some volleyball. How many of you ever played volleyball when you were younger? Okay. Did you serve over or underhand?
Under.
Under. Okay. Well, we're going to serve under, then we'll play tennis and serve overhand. Okay. So you're going to hold your ball out. You're going to bring your hand back. You're going to step forward and serve. Okay. 2. This is good for weight transfer for balance purposes too. 3, 4, and 5. Now we want to make sure we're ambidextrous. So now we're going to try to do it the other way. Okay. You guys, I think are doing your left first. Okay. But all right. So bring your arm back, step forward and contact. 2, 3, 4, last one, 5. How many of you ever played softball or baseball? Okay. So now we're going to throw the ball. Throw it. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we got to do it the other way. Ready? Oh, this is where I feel spastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the most fun part was when you got to go up to bat, right? So let's bat. All right, bring that back elbow up. Okay. Swing through the ball. Okay. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's do the other side. We're switch hitters. Okay. Make sure you're stepping forward with that leg. This is good for balance and weight transfer too. Get your arms straight in between as you're going around. 4 and 5. We have 1 more minute to go. We're doing great. We're doing great. Let's ride horses. I've never done this in class, so let's ride horses. Give that horse some whip. Okay, other side. We can do some jumping. What color is your horse? Mine's black.
Brown.
I'd never done that before. Why not? Gotta live on the wild side.
All right.
All right.
Oh,
Time
that's-
for us to do our joint check cool down. Okay. So again, let's stand next to our chairs or behind our chairs. You want to keep your hips and your knees straight. Okay. And what you're going to do is with your hips and your knees straight, you're going to raise the left shoulder, drop the right shoulder, and go to one side and then go to the other side. And again, don't do something if it hurts or if your doctor's told you not to move your spine because of severe osteoporosis, then don't do this. But we're just trying to get some increased range of motion. You know, my mother had, I think she had from L4 down to the bottom of her spine fused. And she was told that she would never be able to tie her shoes. And there wasn't anything that my mother couldn't do with her back because she just got it moving and she just did it. So a lot of it is just, let's do our shoulder shrugs. Remember, we got to be drama kings and queens. We do this, we're going to shrug our shoulders up and we're going to exhale and count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. 5. All right. Now we're going to do our hamstring and calf stretch. So the hamstring and calf stretch, we're going to bring one foot back, the other foot forward. Okay. We're going to push that back heel to the floor. Okay. And we're going to breathe. Bring that foot forward, bring the other foot back. Same thing, push that back heel to the floor. Feel that stretch down the whole back of that back leg and breathe. Push that heel to the floor in the back. Come on, back up forward. And we're gonna sit down to do the trunk rotation. Just go ahead and sit in your chair. We're gonna sit tall and proud, hands on the waist, okay? We're gonna bring our shoulder as far forward as we can by rotating around. Come center, and go the other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Don't mind me, I'm yawning. Every time in this class, when I get to the joint check cool down, I catch myself yawning and I don't know what it is. All right, now we're gonna do our toe bend and lift. So we're gonna lift our toes up and then curl them. Lift them and curl them. 3, 4, and 5. Next, we're gonna do a sideways arm reach. So bring your arms up and out to the side, bring them up as high as you're comfortable going. You can crisscross on the top if you want. And we're gonna exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. 2, up, 3, up, 4, one more time, and 5. And the last one we'll do is the hug. Bring your arms out, crisscross your arms, give yourself a big hug, walk your arms, fingers around as far as you can. Take another very big breath. Exhale, other arms on top, and open. One more each side. Really feel that stretch between the shoulder blades. And last time this way. And relax. Okay, now you get to sit back and relax. Do our relaxation. We do a variety of relaxations here so that you can figure out if there's a kind that works better for you than another. And the idea is to try to remember these so that if you want to, you can practice them on your own. It's just a matter of trying to remember them in as much detail as you can. Okay, so just sit back. Try to have your arms and your legs uncrossed so it's easier to sense your body from within. You can close your eyes if you want to help you with any distractions. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a slow, deep breath in through your nose and slowly exhale through your mouth. And do that again. Continue to breathe slowly and deeply and notice yourself getting more and more relaxed. Go ahead and let all your tension melt away. Now I want you to imagine in as much detail that you're sitting comfortably in a chair or in a hammock in the middle of a beautiful pine forest. And imagine it in as much detail as you can. Enjoy the fresh, cool, clean, fragrant air. How wonderful does that smell? Imagine the gentle, cool breeze as it touches your skin, and you're sitting comfortable, feeling peaceful and calm. And as you casually look around, the beauty of the tall pine trees with their rich brown bark and graceful feathery green branches really makes an impression on you. You notice the pine cones on the branches. You watch the leaves on the oak trees dancing in the wind. The ground interests you with its rich brown dirt covered with pine needles and leaves and its robust earthly smell. You hear birds calling and a woodpecker at work in the distance. The trees filter the light of the sun. You notice a stream of bright light where the sun shines directly into a small clearing in the forest. The clearing is covered with green grass and beautiful wildflowers of all types and colors. You see butterflies around the flowers. You are in complete peace in your pine forest, sitting comfortably, feeling relaxed and calm, and appreciating the wonders of nature and of being alive. You can come back to this place whenever you want, simply by sitting quietly and remembering it in as much detail as possible. And when you're done with this exercise, you're going to feel relaxed and calm, yet you're going to feel alert and energized. And you'll be able to face the rest of your day and easily meet any demands that may come your way. So if you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Move your head around in a little circle and relax the neck. Go the other way. Take a nice, big, deep breath as you bring your arms up overhead. Exhale completely as you lower your arms all the way down. Inhale as we give ourselves a hug. Remind ourselves that we're safe and we're healthy. And unwind. Bring your arms around the other way in a hug. And this time, remind yourself that you're loved, you're valued, and you have a lot of purpose. And everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Thank you. And I made it.
You made it. Yay. You're